right. First question's coming from Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian. Hi.
You there? You there?
Yeah.
First question, how's your body feeling after the day off or the game off? And then secondly, how was your first game with Norman?
I feel pretty good. I think the 2 days that I had really helped. I felt good moving around out there, better than I felt probably in the last 7 or 8 games. Since we played Dallas the second time, I think it was the second time, where I took the first knee. I felt as good as I have in that, whatever that stretch of game was. I got hit in my hand against New Orleans, I think the second game. So I've been dealing with that too. Just shooting the ball and stuff like that. But other than that, I thought I moved pretty good. I felt pretty good. My energy was good. My win was good, and we got another win. So.
And then how did you feel your first night playing with Norman went?
I thought it went well. I think the way I play the game, I think it allows things to flow easy, even if we get a new guy in. Passing the ball ahead to him, looking for him in transition in the half court, just making the right reads and, keeping my eyes open to see where the opportunities are when the help comes. And just making sure that I'm aware of who's involved, who hasn't been involved, who hasn't got a shot, what can we take advantage of and things like that. So I think because that's the natural way I play and the natural way we play as a team, it makes it easy, but it was good to have him out there, knowing there's another guy that can knock down open shots, put it on the floor, get to the rim and finish, and a guy that, really helps our defense. So, it was fun to be out there with him. I felt like we felt like a really good defensive team in that third quarter when we were all out there communicating and talking things out. So we excited to have him.
Next question's coming from Dwight James with NBC Sports Northwest.
Dame, Terry won't commit to saying that the 3-guard lineup would start every game or not. But I'm curious, do you feel different when that group starts? I mean, you're losing some size up front and Derek is active and all that. But what does it give you with the 3-guard starting out a game?
When he was in Toronto, he started games with Fred and Kyle. So, it's something that's not new to him. And if you look at our history of having 3-guard lineups, whether it was me, Baz, and CJ, or me, Ant, and CJ, me, CJ, and GT, or me, Mo Williams, and CJ, whoever it was, me, Steve Blake, and CJ, I don't know. But typically we do well with 3-guard lineups. And he's a physical guard. So with the way the league is going and teams playing small ball and teams having small lineups, I think it's fine. I usually guard up a lot. I'm guarding big wings. I'm guarding a point guard. CJ does the same thing. So I think it's more natural for him because he's been playing on the wing his whole career. And we've been in that position as well when we have like our tall and long athletic defenders like Rocco and DJ on the ball. We've played off the ball. So I don't think it's a big deal. And I think the numbers show that those lineups work really well for us. And he's a high quality player and an experienced wing. So I think it'll work.
Jamie Hudson, NBC Sports Northwest.
Dame, how would you describe the impact that Robert Covington and Derek Jones Jr. made tonight?
They had a great impact on the game. When you think about the length, the athleticism, what they're capable of doing. They rebound, they get deflections, they block shots, they contest shots, they read plays, they anticipate things. And, when those guys are sharp and, impacting the game the way that they did tonight, I think we showed what we're capable of as a group. And, we need them to be that version of themselves if we're going to continue to work towards turning things around defensively.
Casey Holdall, trailblazers.com.
Amy, you had mentioned that third quarter defense you guys played. What did you like out of that third quarter, particularly on that end of the ball? And I know you talking to the guys after the third quarter, saying like, let's not waste this. Yeah. So if you could talk about that a little bit as well.
No, I think it's been a huge discussion about us being, at the bottom in defense and toward the bottom. And, you know, coach is always like, yeah, we talk about it, but we got to make some changes. We got to improve on it. And I don't think our issue is that we don't play defense. I think it's that we don't sustain it. You know, we don't do it consistently. We'll play a great first quarter and then a terrible second and third. And then when the game's on the line in the fourth, we'll tighten up and win a close game, you know, with 6 stops in a row and then 3 stops in a row. It's a matter of being able to sustain a certain level. And, you know, that's the best teams doing. We just haven't been able to do it. But I think in that third quarter, it was huge because it wasn't like we were just out there making a bunch of shots. The offense was flowing easy for us. You know, usually that's when we have our best defensive efforts, when the offense is going well. And then we have more energy, more bounce about us on the defensive end. But tonight it was like, all right, we gave up 40 in the first quarter. Second quarter was a little bit better. We got to pick it up defensively. And we just committed to that end of the floor. You know, it wasn't a special effort on offense. It was what we did defensively. And because of how the game turned, because of what we did defensively, I was just encouraging the team, like, we don't got to do nothing special. We just got to stay solid, keep communicating, keep being physical, and, you know, take the challenge. 12 more minutes, we win another game. And that's all my message was. You know, we showed what we're capable of, but now we got to sustain that level. You know, we got to show that we can hold that level of focus for longer than a quarter or half of a quarter. So that was it.
Last questions coming from Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian.
At the beginning of the season, because of the lack of training camp and you had new players, Covington and Jones, you guys talked about being better later in the season than you were in the beginning, but then you lost CJ and Nurk, and now you just made a trade. So it's almost like you're starting over in a way right now. How long do you think it'll take to get this crew together on the same page to be flowing 100%?
Well, I think it, like you said, at the beginning of the season, it's different because you got so many new guys that are playing a significant role. And you got to find your way. You got to figure it out. They got to learn us. We got to learn them. And then early in the season, we lose CJ, we lose Nurk. You know, Zach is out for a long period of time. And then we make a trade at the deadline and lose 2 guys. And I think the positive thing is that we're you know, Nurk and CJ coming back as 2 guys that have been here for years, and they know what we do. You know, they know our way. It's just a matter of them getting their bodies back into it. But I think they'll get back into it easy. And then us, you know, keeping Norm up to speed and, you know, letting him kind of grow into what we do and understand what we do. But because of, you know, how we had to play and what we had to do to continue to win while CJ and Nurk was hurt, I think everybody else got more comfortable and everybody else found their way because it was needed for us to be able to win games. So I think once they jump back in and they get back, you know, physically feeling right, and their wind is right, and they get comfortable out there, and then Norm gets comfortable out there, that's when I think it'll be faster, and I think we'll be a better team because of it.